Welcome to another episode in Chasing Echoes on Beyond Capable.
Join us as we explore the highs and lows, sharing our personal experiences and opinions along the way.
Welcome back to another episode of Beyond Capable. This is your host, Eric Trinidad. Today on Chasing Echoes, we're going to talk about psychedelics and our experience on through plant-based medicine. But before we do that, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue sharing our message throughout the world and to you guys. So, Tim, I've seen you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit, man. It's been a little bit. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, man. I enjoyed our last episode. They're pretty interesting and fun to put together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I enjoy being here. I always enjoy talking with you. Today's episode I'm excited about because this is something that is very, very passionate about, and I know you're very, very passionate about as well. Especially coming back from your recent trip to Peru.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to ask you about it, do some questions, and tell me about your experience.
Yeah. And it's funny because we were supposed to go together.
We were.
And, but, things happen the way it should happen.
Yeah, we applied at the exact same time, and we were hoping to get selected together. But I was lucky enough last year in December to get selected to go on a journey with Heroic Hearts Project to Jamaica with an amazing group of humans and veterans. It was all male group. With some amazing facilitators and really amazing staff. It was doctors and it was great.
Oh yeah. In my case, despite I didn't get selected at that time, but I was on a waiting list. It was cool. It's not like you get denied. That's it.
Right.
So I was able to go in September.
Okay.
September. I remember because it was after Worlds. So I went to Peru as Tarapoto, Peru.
Okay.
And it was like a 14-hour flight, 16-hour flight.
Yeah. Were you nervous going into it, or
well,
like what was your how was your feeling leading up to it?
Well, the thing is my main concern was I'm traveling alone.
Okay.
And
with your visual impairment, everything going on, it's so challenging.
And it's hard to be in crowded places when you have no peripherals.
Right.
So, and that's what my biggest concern is, because I always help my wife, and she helps me out, or for friends help me out. But that was everything else. I didn't want to put any expectations.
Good.
Because I didn't want to get disappointed.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I made a promise to myself, yes, Eric, just go there and enjoy the moment and embrace whatever is for you, and we'll take it from there.
How was your group of veterans that you were with? Was it a mixed group, male, female?
No, yeah, it was a cohort.
Okay.
It was a cohort. But it was a really nice group of people. They were there because they wanted to get something out of it.
Looking to grow and heal.
Which is good, because even the energy around the whole week, it was really cohesive.
Okay.
So it was cool.
Did you feel like there was others in the group that were a little hesitant about the experience, like going into it? Like, because I know there's a lot of prep. There's a ton of meditating and self-work, like going into a psychedelic journey for healing and ceremony, if you will.
I think what the first night everybody took, I had ayahuasca.
Yeah, you did ayahuasca.
I got ayahuasca.
Yeah.
So the first night everybody took 30 milliliters.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. And you were allowed to, if you didn't feel enough, to ask for more. I did not ask for more.
Fair enough.
No. So the second night is when people were a little bit apprehensive.
After their first experience.
Yeah.
Like experiencing the medicine.
Yeah. You throw up.
Yeah, I was curious. Like so let's start off with night one. Did you? I know a lot of people get concerned with the purging part of the experience of ayahuasca, like just getting stuff out, and it's absolutely normal. It's a huge part of the process. It's actually very important. But they set you up for success with a super healthy diet, correct?
Yeah, and it was interesting because I thrown up many times before.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Right.
So, but this time, even though it was, of course, I was nauseous, but once I threw up, I was fine.
Okay.
It was like not like a hungover, nothing like that. It was. I was actually looking forward to throwing up because I knew once I threw up, everything would be fine. But before that, in the mornings we'll wake up and we'll do a flower bath.
Nice.
And it was cold ass water.
All right.
Yeah, and they had rosemary and other flowers, and the maestros running the whole ceremony.
Yeah.
It was a couple. They were married like 30. They were together, but they were married 30 years, like civil marriage.
Yes, sir.
And they've been doing this for almost like 26 years.
Ceremonies together.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Great, amazing people. And you can tell, like, talking to them, like, it radiates out of them.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. So they will take turns. No, sorry, we had to do a lemongrass cleansing.
Okay.
So it reminded me of the reminded me of the gas chamber. Some reason because you had to you had to drink enough lemongrass to throw up.
Give
That way,
yourself the
everything you
purge.
had in your stomach that wasn't out there,
That
to,
doesn't need to be
yeah, to
there. Yeah.
cleanse you.
Yeah.
So one of our guys, he tells us I can drink a lot of water.
All right.
Like I can drink a lot of water, and he had like 8 cups. It was like this big of a cup.
All right.
Yeah, it was like, and when I did it, I did only two because it'll look warm
All right.
too, and
Yeah.
you gotta drink it fast because you're causing it purposely. So after that, you know, we had
Did they have you lay down on mats or like their beds? Like, were you guys circled up around a fire or candle or anything
well,
like
yeah,
that?
and the ceremony, yes.
Yeah.
We went to it's called the Malacca,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the temple,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not allowed there with any shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sacred place, and they have like little thin mattresses in a circle,
Yes, sir.
and they put people like purposely the way they did it.
Okay.
Like for me, I was like literally next to the bathroom
Nice.
because I can't. It's pitch black too.
Yeah.
It's no power.
Everybody's equal with your
Yeah,
vision, then, dude.
exactly. We're all blind together.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So, but one thing that I mentioned is that when you're in the rainforest in Peru,
Mm-hmm.
so we have no technology, nothing.
The noises must be
Yeah.
amazing, dude. Like the
Oh,
net sound of what's
yeah,
happening
dude. At
around
night
you
it was like
in the jungle.
beautiful. We had I saw some um what's that animals that got kind of slow?
Sloth.
Yeah, but they're not slow, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were chasing monkeys.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and one of the locals, yeah, it's a sloth. They're not really slow like people think.
Okay.
And they were like keeping up with the monkeys. Really
That's
cool.
cool. Nice.
And not only that, well, the whole area,
Mm-hmm.
it's called La Medicina. That's what the retreat is. It's ayahuasca everywhere, like the root,
The root. Correct. Yeah.
everywhere,
Yep.
everywhere. It was really impressive. Um, but yeah, they when you're there, you even though you're not doing anything, you're doing something.
Right. You're prepping for ceremony, or
Yeah, you're
I wouldn't say
resting.
recovering from ceremony, but
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
for me, that's one thing that I enjoy because I don't take naps.
Okay.
Even though I should take naps, but
Yeah.
for me, it's hard to take a nap. I'm home. I don't know why. It's something I gotta work
It's
on.
hard to shut it down.
Yeah, but over there because I had nothing.
Literally nothing to
Yeah,
do.
a
Yeah.
book, and I can't see well, so it's not really my thing. So it allowed me to rest.
Yeah.
So I took naps during the day
Good.
because after lunch we had like 4 hours,
Okay.
or almost 5 hours before the ceremony. So you can either go for a hike, you can go read a book, you can go meditate.
Did they have any like morning yoga or anything for you guys to
Yeah.
participate in?
Hmm.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah, they have morning yoga,
Yep.
and it was at the Malacca,
Okay.
and that was at 7:30 in the morning.
All right.
But the food was great.
Yeah.
Everything was from like local, all
Okay.
fresh food.
Nice.
And it's funny because I have nerve damage in my feet, so
Mhm.
I'm and the food that I eat because the sodium or whatever, all the processed food here in the States, I'm constant pain.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was there for a whole week. I was barefooted. I
Nice.
was not
Just
in pain.
grounded constantly.
Yeah, yeah, because the food I was eating was served as an anti-inflammatory.
Okay. Yeah, that absolutely makes sense for
Yep.
sure.
And for me, I was like the whole week, man. I didn't wear shoes.
That's
I
awesome.
didn't wear shoes, and right back when I was growing up in Puerto Rico, I always barefooted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yes, it's beautiful. Where the place is,
Okay.
and despite that, when you arrive to the town, it's a really poor town.
Yeah.
Right? Some of the streets are still made of dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Taxis there are tricycles. Like, so you pay like I think it's like four soles. So it's $1, American dollar,
Okay.
and you can get a ride when you're in Point Town.
Okay.
Um,
Did
but
you guys get to go explore town much, or you just stayed
yeah,
around?
we
Did you?
we got there the first day. We stayed at a hotel. When I got there, I didn't think it was a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a regular house. And then when we walk in, the whole like everything is expanded. Like, oh shit. But we spent a couple hours, but they passed dinner the first day. and kind of like teaching us the whole what to expect and all stuff like that. And then
Like
when
respecting the plant, like the
like
ceremony,
like
or
they were explaining to us what to expect.
what to expect.
Yeah,
Copy.
what to expect. And so even though you had a package beforehand, people forget things and whatever.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because every time we will go eat, they'll monitor. Uh, hey, don't eat this, don't eat that. I mean, they'll suggest it, and because it helps you with
Trying to set you up for success
yeah,
for a
yep,
yep,
yep.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
So, but yeah, on the way back from the ceremony, I had a chance to like look at the town. I bought my wife a tarantula. Like it was all that's it. Like it's all dried up.
Okay.
I mean, not dried up. Taxidermy.
Nice.
Um, so and I got her some butterflies.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. But it was a beautiful experience, for sure.
How did so were you set up in roommates? Like how was
Yeah,
your like accommodations and all that as well for anybody else thinking
yeah.
about
So we
trying
had
to
um my 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 roommate was Steven, former Marine, and so I think one guy was by himself because he's not really loud.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they
And we know how that goes with like yeah,
yep
sure not.
so but yeah, everybody has a roommate, and even the girls,
Okay.
and it was really nice houses, and no fan. Uh, you have to just open the doors, but the thing is, they can't open the doors because they have
Sloths and monkeys come in.
yeah, or like for example, I was on the we had a hammock
Hmm.
outside our room. Everybody had a hammock, everybody.
Nice.
And I see this beautiful like, caterpillar. It's pink and it's fuzzy, and it's gorgeous. And the whole week I was there, it was the same spot. But then one day I asked one of the locals, say, "Hey, so what's this?" Like, "Hey, don't touch that." I was like, "Okay." He said, "No, it's poisonous." And then when I looked down, all the mosquitoes and whatever, they were dead under it. And the day before, I almost touched it because it went down to the hammock close to me, and
Yeah.
I want to like,
Just play with it a little
thank God
bit,
I
say
didn't.
hi.
Thank God I didn't.
Oh man.
That would have
That would have been a
sucked.
different experience.
Yeah, that would have sucked. But it shows how many animals are there that you don't see on a daily basis in different countries.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yes, at night the jungle it was.
Well, they have jaguars as well, correct?
Uh-huh.
In Peru. Yeah, yeah,
The cool
absolutely.
thing is we were too close to civilization,
Okay.
so they wouldn't come that far.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, it was people there were really nice. They're really nice people and
Yeah.
genuine, to say the least.
Well, you were also in a very unique situation in regards to you were one of or the only one in your group that spoke Spanish,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So you didn't
Uh,
need a translator with you to speak to any of the facilitators or
hmm
anyone in town or
Yeah,
anywhere else.
it worked out because on the second day we had to talk to the maestros and kind of like share what our expectations or what we want to do, and then they'll give their input and whatever.
So you're like basically your intention going in ceremony?
Yeah,
Like yeah.
the second night, second day, sorry, you do like they'll talk with the maestros. They
Mm-hmm.
don't do it on the third night. It's only the second night.
Okay.
And therefore they'll decide if I give you more or less.
Yes, sir.
So I was given double the dose.
On your second night?
Yep, I took 60 milliliters.
Okay.
Like basically the whole shot glass, like just to the top.
All right.
And yeah, that was, say the least, um, unforgettable experience.
Intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
And however, I was the only male that didn't see any like demons or dragons, something like that. All the guys like saw some fucked up shit.
Intense
Yeah,
things.
okay, so the trauma, everything called
Yeah.
my FPS.
Absolutely.
I even though I saw some of my generational trauma,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like gruesome or scary. It was really more like ironically, it was peaceful.
I was gonna say yeah, most peaceful,
Yeah,
like lethargic kind
yeah,
of
something
yeah.
like that. It was ironic because I'm seeing things that happened to me, to my I saw I had a vision of my ancestors,
Uh-huh.
and I was trying not to freak out, because I knew part of it, I was telling myself, Eric, it's a hallucination. Kind of told myself that I
Well,
wanted.
it's happening, but it's not happening. If that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
And so I'm like really like trying not to panic,
Okay.
you know, and because I don't want to like, trip hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I started breathing, and at the moment I called one of the facilitators over because I was like I couldn't breathe properly. I thought my rhythm went off.
Yeah.
So she helped me get back in rhythm, and I'm looking down, and I panicked because I saw the edge of her knee. And mind you, like my vision was I had no peripherals, so for me to see that, I thought I was seeing things.
Mm-hmm.
So no, the ceremony continued. The maestro came over me and they did the
Prayers
prayers.
almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're called Icaros.
Okay.
Icaros. So and so I it's time to leave, and I get up and I'm having a hard time because like my eyes are blurry and like shit. I think I was tired.
Okay.
So when I get out of the Malacca, I was able to see the more of the sidewalk.
Okay. This
So
is after ceremony?
yeah, after the ceremony.
Okay.
So then I realized that I gained some of my vision back,
That's amazing.
and so I'm trying to like not to
Like
like
freak out?
yeah because
Yeah.
it's been 5 years, and I didn't get the whole thing back.
Yeah.
I went from like from this like to here.
Okay.
But I'll take it.
Right.
I'll
It's
take it.
something.
Yeah, something.
Absolutely.
So I'm assuming I had 10%. Assuming probably like, I'm like 20 now because it was a big chunk of like my entire eye.
Did anyone come over to you during ceremony and you said they prayed over you, but did anyone lay hands on you
Well,
or
maestro, depending how they're guided,
yes, sir?
they they either do lay hands or they have this holy I will I forgot the name right now, but they do like they'll split up in the air
Mm-hmm.
and they'll fall onto you. But it depends how they're guided.
What they're guided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, every single night they did lay hands on me.
Okay.
And the lady actually was like touching on top of my head a lot, which I understood it was my
I
TBIs.
was gonna say she's actually probably recognized the amount of brain
Yep.
trauma you've
And
had.
mind you, they don't know anything about this. Like
Okay. You didn't share any of
nope,
this with them.
nothing.
Okay.
Because like I said before, I went there with no expectations,
Nice.
so I didn't want to like give you a hint. I've been into those situations
Of
before,
course.
so I didn't say anything about the only thing they knew was I was legally blind because I had a blind stick.
Yes, sir.
It's kind of like obvious.
Yeah, a little obvious.
Yeah, but anything else, it was not. Even the staff that was there, they didn't know anything.
Okay.
So for the fact that she did what she did, it made me understand that in the whole spiritual realm,
This is
it was
real.
it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mind you, I've been a Christian all my life, and I have my own spiritual experience in church but this one is like a landmark in my life.
Okay.
Like it's something that I will never forget.
Yeah.
Never forget.
So would you consider going back and doing another ceremony?
Yeah. I was told it's good to do it once a year.
Okay.
Yeah, once a year if you need it, because some people just take it once and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, once a year, I'm a little bit apprehensive because
So being apprehensive, would you try because you did ayahuasca, I did psilocybin.
hmm
Would you try to go back with Heroic Hearts Project and do a psilocybin journey just to see the difference or contrast, or try it
yeah, I mean,
differently?
I didn't think of that way. But
Yeah.
I would see how different it is.
Hmm.
Because they're different compounds.
Yeah, I
So
have not done ayahuasca. I have obviously done psilocybin. I would after that ceremony and that experience and that week together, it opened me up tremendously and dropped my guard a lot and fear in regards to going and doing an ayahuasca ceremony.
it's
Um,
intense.
yeah.
So for you, how it worked out?
Similar to yours, like, we all met up. I was a day late coming in,
Okay.
just for flight issues. I had two roommates that were amazing. Very similar stuff, like meditation stuff, a lot of breathing exercises going into and leading up to. We had a lot of conferences, like over the
Okay.
phone and stuff together. Um, my first ceremony going in, I same with you. Like, I went in with no expectations, just kind of wanted to just be there and be with the medicine. Um, and my intention was, I wanted to. I grew up Catholic. Um, I kind of wanted to like understand God, if that makes sense. Like, I just
Yeah.
wanted to know if it was real, like God was real, and like what it consists of or whatever.
Correct.
So my personal experience, it was funny. There were some guys in the group that were just absolutely going through fucking hell, like just rough. Um, and I was fucking laughing my dick off, like just laughing
It
hysterically,
doesn't
and
happen.
it
It
was
happens.
awesome. I had to go, like, tears coming down my eyes, like, and not to sound weird, but I was like brought to like source, and I saw like source and unconditional love, and like it was so beautiful, and like just tears coming down. And the rest of the ceremony, I was just full of love and laughter, and amazement. I almost, in the moment out of it, I kind of felt like a dick. Like I'm over here fucking dying, laughing, enjoying all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys are
It
just
is
struggling
awkward.
around me.
It is awkward.
And the funny part is afterwards we all kind of got together and we talked about the ceremony stuff. And there was a couple of guys that like thanked me. They were like hearing my laugh in the background was like grounding for them, and they felt like safe and
Oh,
like they were
okay.
like, dude, thank you so much for
Yeah, it
that.
makes sense.
Yeah,
You
I was
know,
like
there's all that chaos.
yeah, and I was like, I appreciate that, but I was that wasn't my intention. It was just like, and like through even in, I was like, I love you guys, like we're good, we're gonna get through this, just letting the group know.
Yeah.
But the medicine women that were in the group were absolutely amazing. The facilitators were
Hmm.
amazing. Like it was beautiful. The music that was played around us was stuff I'd never heard in my life.
Yeah,
Like
same
just
here.
absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
And the experience was great. The second experience, second night was different. That was more intense in regards to like generational healing, like
Okay.
darker energies, like just processing stuff and getting it out there. A little more physical stuff that had to like come out of my body as well. I appreciated it all, but it was a very, very different experience than the first time going in.
So how you guys took the is it a form of a tea, or you guys actually ate the mushroom?
They start us off with a tea, and then about halfway through the ceremony, if we at they'll go around and they ask you for if you want a booster, which is like the piece of chocolate.
Yeah.
And the first night I declined, and then the second night I took more. I took a booster.
Okay.
And it helped it be a little more intense. And that night I actually did. I had to ask for them to take me to the bathroom, and I did purge, and I felt great afterwards. But like leading up to it, wasn't great. Um, but just to be in that sacred space and like the whole ceremony itself was something very different that I
Okay.
didn't know what to expect, but at the same time was just embracing all of it, and it was absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. And the amount of love in the group, and the amount of trauma, and the amount of healing, and just everyone in the group was absolutely there to heal and be a
Yeah.
part of it. There's nobody that was standoffish or rude or dickish. Like they were just there as like a team. Like and it was great. It was beautiful to be around.
Do you know how much they were giving you?
I don't recall off the top of my
Okay.
head, and I don't want to give the wrong
Yeah, yeah.
amount
No,
or anything.
I get it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, something that I was telling you the other day is that despite I went through these amazing and memorable experiences, like the things that it shook my core.
Hmm.
The irony is that we're about to leave. Maddie, one of the facilitators, said, when you go back to the States, you're gonna be sensitive to people's energy,
Yes.
and that's the one thing I didn't believe.
Okay.
And I laughing because I was like, nah.
Nah.
That was the one thing I was like, nah. And sure for shit, man.
Yes. It
Uh,
is
yeah,
very real, man.
yep,
You can tell just walking around like somebody's carrying a darker energy or negative energy or lighter energy. Like you can physically feel it and almost like see it around them.
but for me, afterwards, kind of an advantage because I able to decide if I want to hang out or not, or be around that person.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes if you're not really connected,
Hmm.
you can get mixed in the whole bullshit.
Oh yeah. It'll suck
Yeah.
you right in and suck the energy right out of you or change your energy.
So yeah, so it helps me kind of like change my tone, direct my conversation. That way I protect myself from any negativity and shit like that. So
Yeah.
in a way, it's kind of cool
It's
that
almost empowering because then
yeah,
you have the choice to see and know like, hey, that's what they're going through, that's their energy, and you can choose to partake in it or you can choose to walk away from it and give it space and just let them
yeah.
be who they are.
But for me, is I'm able to do that because going doing ayahuasca, I gained some clarity that I never had before.
Okay.
You know, the biggest thing is that having a TBI, your thoughts are all over the freaking place,
Yeah.
all over the freaking place. And this was the first time that I was like, I got able to like think about something, and not be anxious because I'm thinking about the wall, and then the microphone.
Yep.
I was able to focus on what I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a huge thing for me
Yeah.
because I became more productive. You know, shit, my jiu-jitsu got 10 times better.
Nice.
And it was funny because people noticed it because when I came back, it's like, hey, man, what are you doing? It's like, I'm just training.
Yeah.
But because the medicine's still in me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to actually slow down and think
Yeah.
what I need to do, and but at the same time think at a fast pace, but not but not at a fast
Yeah.
pace.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
More
Well,
organized
the energy
thoughts.
behind it, you can still think and process it, but you're not attaching all the energy to those thoughts, if
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. It's been a great, which led me to actually start the microdose.
Okay.
Um, and since I've been doing this, it's helped me so much to just be like centered in the
Yeah.
moment, I'm able to, again, I have more clarity. So when
Mm-hmm.
things happen, I'm able to understand it and deal with it in a rational way,
Process it.
and not react immediately
Nice.
over, not let my emotions be what I'm going to expose to the people.
Yeah.
So I'm able to sit down, think, okay, then I want to say this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's helped me a lot,
Nice.
a lot.
My biggest intention going in was like, even for the whole week, was like, I just wanted to find peace and balance, and I absolutely found it. And it's the same thing. Like once you leave and you come back and you have it inside you, you can pretty much handle any situation and
Yeah,
just breathe into it and understand it and process it. And it's not like you're disconnected
no,
where you're like dead inside. You're like, fuck this, I'm not paying attention to these emotions. You can be with those emotions, but you can still find peace and balance within those emotions at the same time.
I would think you're more connected.
Yeah, that, thank you. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think you're more
Yeah,
connected
yeah.
because if you're able to tap into that energy from the world, Earth, or anything,
Mm-hmm.
you're the one connected.
Yeah.
You know, when people when not connected, they get distorted.
Yes.
So that's the way
Well,
I see
there's
it.
for me, like, it also, I understood like the difference between like God or source, like unconditional love and ego.
Hmm.
And a huge part of the human experience is ego, and it's okay. It's like your avatar. It's like what you're
Yeah,
doing in
everybody
this
has
human
ego.
experience.
Everybody
But
has it.
outside of ego is unconditional love. It's source. It's like your Holy Spirit or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
And it also gave me a ton of peace inside just knowing that this human experience isn't it. Like there's so
yeah,
much more out there that just you can't really almost comprehend
yeah,
without using some of these medicines to explain it to you and show you in a safe space, that don't take this shit too serious. This life is not that serious.
yeah,
Like it's okay. Like laugh at it, have fun with it. Be childlike. One of the best
yeah,
parts of the facilitators they talked about with us was like attaching to our inner child and loving life in like a
yeah,
childly way,
yeah,
and just truly enjoying it. And it was beautiful because it's something that as you get older you truly forget
yeah,
how to do. Like you just, and or if you're scolded for doing it,
yeah,
you're like, why the fuck you acting like such a kid all the time? And you're
yeah.
like, because I fucking want to. We're
Be
all
an
kids.
adult.
We all have it inside of
Be an
us.
adult.
Right.
Being an adult doesn't mean you're miserable.
No, yeah, or forget that you have an inner
Yeah,
child. Yeah,
happiness doesn't have a expiring date.
no, not at
You know,
all.
it doesn't work that way.
No, not at all.
I turned 21, so
I gotta be serious
yeah,
now.
I can't
Yeah,
laugh anymore. Yeah,
yeah. I'm a dad now. I gotta be serious all the
yeah,
time now.
it's
Nah, be fucking childlike. It's important.
yeah, it's definitely any person out there who um has some issues with mental health
Yes,
or some trauma issues, I highly recommend this.
yes.
I'm happy that the VA actually released an article that the Western VA in Connecticut
Connecticut.
and somebody else, I
Well, they're
forgot.
working with Yale New Haven for
Yeah,
that, correct?
so they're gonna start doing trials with the veterans with suicide. So,
Psilocybin.
yep.
Yeah.
So that's a big step there.
Well, the studies behind it. So we actually had Beckley Retreats was, so this was another organization of England that was there, and they did brain scans on us before and after
Oh
to see our
wow.
brains like firing again, because a lot of us do have TBIs. Um, so it was cool to see like the spiritual aspect of it, but I also like the hard data of like science behind it.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see like it's following up like both. So it's showing that these medicines and these plants absolutely work. They're amazing antidepressants. Microdosing on
Yeah.
psilocybin is an amazing antidepressant,
Yep.
and it's natural and it comes from the earth, and it can absolutely help you just kind of reset and refocus. You don't need to trip balls. Like you can just
No.
have
But
microdoses
that's
and
people think
bounces you out.
think about
Yeah.
mushrooms or I'm gonna trip. No, you know how much it takes for you to trip? How
Yeah.
many grams of that you have to take to actually trip?
Right.
So, and I'm taking point 0.4.
Right.
So, and it's funny
It's
because
almost literally like a low dose
yeah,
antidepressant.
yeah, and the irony is that I've been in therapy since I came back from Iraq,
Hmm.
and I've been through so many medications,
Right.
and it's the one thing that actually connected.
Yeah.
And I still take what I need to take, but this has help me in a faster way than
Any
the
other,
medications
yeah,
because
man-made
these
medication.
medications you got to think of what 3 weeks for the body to assimilate it to be able to start working.
But the side effects are also so much worse. I'd
You
rather puke real quick
fucking
and feel
commercials.
better. Oh my God. My kids always joke around with it. They're like, Dad, why would someone take this? Because like the side effects, you're like, it's like 10 minutes of side effects
The whole
afterwards.
commercial is about side effects,
Yeah.
and by the way, it
And by the
helps you
way, it
with
helps you.
a rash.
But it doesn't at the same time. Like, may cause depression, but you're taking it for depression. And you're like, well, what the fuck? This
Yeah,
is so
that like makes no
nonsensical.
fucking sense.
It makes zero sense.
But
Yeah.
when man creates things,
Yeah.
it's never perfect.
I would also be wary to like your audience as well in regards to this medicine. making sure you're doing it with proper facilitators
Yeah.
who learn the medicine and know the medicine and understand ceremony behind the medicine. That's the most important part. Don't
Yeah.
just take it on a whim and just, oh, I'm gonna fucking heal myself and go off
No.
on a camping trip or in the desert or something like that.
No.
Like
No.
these facilitators have years, literally generations of um, learning and teaching from this medicine and these plants.
A lot of time invested.
And the energy that they actually put into the medicine while they're making it is very important. And then any psychedelic that you do is always setting an intention. And a
Yeah.
lot of us forget about the intention part. But
Correct.
the intention part, it's almost like prayer. Like you're going into it with like, I'd like to either gain knowledge or heal from something or whatever it is. But the intention part is a massive, massive part of it
Yeah.
for that journey.
That's really important. Is the intention behind it.
Yes.
Like, if you don't have a proper intention,
Mm-hmm.
then just doing it.
No,
And you
and
waste your time.
the thing is that like so ayahuasca they call it like the
Yep.
mother plant, right?
Yep.
So she's a very nurturing, loving, like teaching plant or medicine, if
Yeah.
you will. But if you don't go in with that attention, you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like your higher self or anything outside of this, well, they're gonna show you some shit, and you might not like it, but it'll be teachable, it'll be
Hmm.
learnable. But it might be a completely different journey than what you're expecting because you
Yeah.
didn't go in with an intention.
Yeah. And this organization does a great job. You
Yeah,
know.
Heroic Hearts
Yeah,
Project.
they do.
Please look it up. It's an amazing
Yep.
veteran organization, and there's some other ones out there for
Hmm.
civilians as well that are great. But Heroic Hearts Project for
Yeah.
veterans is highly, highly would recommend that organization.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know about it until you mentioned it to me,
Hmm.
and the results of it. Like, wow, it's just they're doing a great job.
Yeah, and I had a couple buddies like Delta buddies and Ranger buddies who like had gone through ceremony through this organization, and they were like, my buddy Nate reached out to me, and he was like, dude, he's like, I really want you to get on this trip. There's an open slot, and I reached out to the organization, and I did my interview, and I was selected. And I was truly grateful to him, and I still am, as well as the organization. And I still stay in touch with guys from ceremony and the facilitators as well.
Yeah,
Beautiful
it's
people.
yeah, it for me it was an amazing experience that I can be here talking for hours
Hmm.
about it, and but I wanted to share our stories because even though they're both psychedelics,
Right.
the process is different,
Hmm.
and so that's why I wanted to talk about it today, so our audience can hear about it. Some of people might went through it already, and they can relate to it.
Yeah.
And some people agree with us because they're benefiting right now from microdosing or whatever they're doing.
Right.
So
It would be
yeah,
amazing for you and I to possibly, if we could do a ceremony together, do one of these trips together, and then come back and do a follow-up
yeah,
episode and just kind of discuss it a little bit more in depth because we did two different medicines, two different countries,
yeah.
two different groups,
Yeah,
organizations, like all that stuff.
good point.
But both with Heroic Hearts, but also you and I have a long history of friends and deep conversations.
Yeah,
So I think it would be amazing if there'd be a chance for us to do ceremony together and then come back and do a whole episode about
yeah.
our experience in
I
that
think
way.
once you go, you consider an alumni.
Hmm.
So the only difference is that the rate that you pay is a bit higher than the first time.
Previous.
But it's still
No,
it's still
it's
for
so
the
worth the
yeah,
money.
exactly,
It is
exactly.
absolutely
It's
worth
really worth
it.
the money because it covers everything,
Yeah,
flight, everything, the ceremony alone. The
right.
way you're getting out of it, it's worth the money.
Even leading up to it, like all the
Yeah,
classes and the breath work and yoga and like just
yeah.
teaching what meditation is and like just calming your mind down and being able to just be. Like that's I was like I couldn't sit still and just mind's always going. And now like I can literally just sit here and just be. Someone can be talking to me, and if I can't find peace in what they're saying, I'll just find peace within
Yeah,
myself and just go to a happy place and then still engage. Not that I'm
yeah,
unplugged,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm like, all right, like just not as worked up, if
yeah.
you will.
No, it's something that I encourage any veterans or civilians to do the research.
Yeah.
Do
Anyone who's
yeah,
considering like hurting themselves or thinking that they don't have options or there's nothing out there that can help them or they've tried everything, look into this. Look into this medicine. Look into these plants because these plants are amazing and they've been around for literally millions of years. And us as humans have been using them as medicine for millions of years.
yeah. It's something that ain't new.
No, it's not. And it
Ain't new.
comes from the earth, which is even better. Like it's a deep connection that we already have
Yep.
with Mother Earth
There's
anyway.
no chemicals in there that man-made chemicals in there.
Right.
So, but man, this topic was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's something you could be talking for hours.
Yes, sir.
But I want to just the audience to um, know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably they can, like I said before, they can relate to us too.
Right.
So yeah, I think this is going to be a topic we'll be talking a lot. I like the
Continue.
idea of us going and doing something together, and let's come back. It would be a great idea.
Yeah, if
So
anyone wants to like or comment or check in and comment on their experiences, or if they have any questions or anything like that
yeah,
about this podcast, please feel free, because we both of us are a wealth of knowledge. If not, if we don't have the knowledge, we
oh
know
yeah,
people who have the knowledge.
yeah, and we'll drop the website on
Heroic Hearts Project.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll put it there that way people can go see the website and because they also have partnership with other people too.
Yeah, Beckley Retreat Center. I'd like
Yeah,
to tag that one as well, because
yeah,
it's another major organization, and they're the ones doing all the data and the science behind it as well.
yeah. Well, Tim, it was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. We'll definitely do it again.
Yeah. Thank you again
And
for having me.
for you guys out there, thank you for being with us. It was a great experience, and I enjoy share my experience with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.